Well, it's happened once again. Atlas is delayed until Friday, December 21st, and I'm not quite sure why I expected anything different. This is typical wildcard fashion, or whatever they feel like calling themselves for this release. Unfortunately, I really wished there was some lessons learned from Ark, and they have improved upon their ability to schedule things in a timely manner, and giving themselves enough time to actually complete things so that they don't constantly delay stuff and frustrating their community. But we did get an extended trailer today with a lot of really interesting things, and particularly a lot of stuff that has me really excited to be playing this game. Despite all of the aggravation with the delays, I am really excited for Atlas. I just really wish that they would learn how to properly schedule things and learn that the more they do this, eventually the community is going to just stop buying their products because it's incredibly frustrating. Now, we're going to be going over this trailer today to kind of get some insight into some of the things coming and some of the stuff I'm really excited about. I did previously make a video on everything we know about Atlas, and many of those things are shown off in this particular video, but this trailer is pretty great. For an early access game, this is already launching with more content than was available in Ark, and some of it is incredibly exciting. Some of the mechanics that they've added into this game are going to make it a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see how this game is going to evolve over the years, especially with the ongoing development. And one of the great things about Wildcard is they do provide updates every month, and they have said they're going to be doing this for Atlas as well through an ongoing development process. So what we're getting in early access is going to be nowhere near the content we're going to be getting upon full release. But we are going to go in depth into this trailer. I'm just going to let it play through here till the end, and we'll be back and break it down. Now, we're going to be doing something a little bit different than what I usually do, and we're going to be breaking this trailer down. We're going to pause it and kind of talk about some of the things happening here in the background. And right here, we've got right at the entrance, Randy's Bar, but it's been scratched out, and you can see it's now owned by Blackbeers, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like a player was actually able to take over this bar, and that means he's probably getting income from all the people drinking and hanging out around here, which is a really cool concept. And all of these people are in town celebrating an execution, and this is really cool, and we know it's going to be something that's very interesting in this game, is we're going to be able to, each player has a distinctly identifiable skull for bounties, and players can be executed. And the devs have specifically stated that anything that you think you should be able to do in this kind of time period, you'll actually be able to do it when they're finally done creating the game. All of the stuff isn't going to be available at early access, but eventually it's going to be. So the executions are really cool. The concept of bounties is really nice. We've got a creature right here, which kind of looks like a chocobo, and we get a couple different animals that we see in this part of the trailer. So we've got this ostrich here and a bird there, and then as we go down this stairs, we see a hog and a snake. Now, the snake doesn't look aggressive, so it might be tameable. Very may well be a pet to this person here. We've got a crazy-ass giraffe in the background. These hogs, I wonder if they're going to be similar to the pigs that are available in Ark Survival Evolved and be able to heal other players or animals, which is really cool. And this seems to be one of the free ports in the desert area, and I actually really like the way this particular area looks. This is another free port here, and we got a glimpse of this in one of the pictures that they made available. So this will be one of the areas you can go to, and you'll be able to repair your ship here. You won't be able to get attacked. It's a PvP free zone, and these are going to be in all of the PvE servers and PvP servers, so that new players have a place that they can, you know, go unmolested. We've also got another bird up here, which is going to be tameable. Now here we get a glimpse at one of the horses we'll be able to acquire, and another mount that's going to be coming here, which is an oxen. So we see quite a few animals that we'll be able to tame. There's another bird right up top here. And what's really nice is we got like food getting cooked here, so it kind of looks like maybe this could be like a communal pot where people will be able to come up and get food and certain buffs like that. We also know that players will be able to play instruments and be able to get buffs that way. So we've got two things here. This looks like a male and female oxen, which we'll be able to ride. It looks more of like a pack mule. So these saddles look a little bit better. Now, one thing interesting here is we've got the gorilla. This is one of the same creatures that's available in Ark Survival Evolved. And we've got penguins. So this is like a Christmas-themed area in the snow biome. We got some giant penguins here. And this one is actually like hugging this character there, which looks pretty cool. There was rabbits in the background. There's more of those giraffes. Now, we can see here that the buff there from playing the music. So when you play music, we also see a monkey here that's going to be tameable. I bet it's going to throw poop and give debuffs too. But the fact that you'll be able to play music in groups and give buffs to each other is a really, really cool concept. So you could be like a bard, basically. Now this is our first glimpse at another one of the free ports. There's a cart here with a horse pulling it, which is really nice. And we're going to get a glimpse, finally, at the NPCs that you can hire to manage your ships. Now, you can actually play this game completely solo, and if you have money, you can hire NPCs. Now, one of the interesting features of this is if you don't have enough money to pay for your NPCs, they will eventually mutiny. Now, they will actually tell you that they haven't been paid in a while, and so you'll have a little bit of a warning before they mutiny, and that's just a really, really cool concept and detail that I really like about this game. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you really know that I love small details being put into games, and that's a great one. Now we've got lieutenants. Now all of these NPCs can be promoted to different functions on the ship. So you can hire a lieutenant, you can pay people to basically work the sails, the cannons, repairing the ships and stuff like that. Really cool features. Eventually, we'll be able to make all custom sails and everything like that for all the ships that you're able to build. And all of these ships can be completely customizable on the top. So you'll actually be able to build structures on the top and probably even add more weaponry. Finally, we get some ship-on-ship action. And we saw a little glimpse right there of a horse jumping from one ship to another. You can see it preparing for the jump right here, and as this ship rams in, this horse jumps right off and boards, basically like a cavalry charge from a ship. Being able to swing onto the other ships and raid them is going to be particularly fun, and it's one of the things I'm very excited about as well. There's another bird that we'll be able to tame. This is one of the smaller ships, and being able to raid player bases like this in large scale. Now, one of the interesting things right here, they stated that there will be weather effects that will push players out of zones. So I imagine many people have been wondering, how are you going to get 40,000 players onto one map? So some of the things that they've decided to do, if they get too many players in one portion of the map, a weather effect will push people out of that area, preventing the server from crashing. Now, there's many different weather effects, hurricanes and stuff like that, and this is one of the, I believe, Pirates of the Damned or something like that. Something of the Damned. That's one of their NPC ships, so there is plenty of PvE content to be had as well. Now we're looking at a raid on an actual player base. This is fully player built. We've got a whole company, it looks like, defending themselves, and it doesn't seem to have gone very well for them. A custom flag right there. And getting to break into these and just raiding stuff like that is going to be very, very exciting. And we finally get to see one of these maps for treasure hunting, and this island is massive. They've stated previously that these maps and little islands will be about on the same size as something like Scorched Earth. So all of these islands are going to be massive. Now, there will be magic in this game. Ghost ships is another one of these effects that can push players out, and it's another PvP content, PvE content. Now, this is our first glimpse of something that's very similar to Ark Survival Evolved. This looks exactly like a Uranus. It's slightly different, but almost exactly the same. And we've got, almost looks like a Pteranodon right there. And that, I can't really tell what it is. Let's see if we can wind back and just get that little glimpse of it. It kind of looks like some kind of crazy mutated feathery, like Triceratops or something. But this Uranus looking thing seems to have about the same attack as the one in Ark Survival Evolved, which will scare people away. So we do see here that there will be dinosaur-esque creatures. There's another one of these like Triceratops, the horned things in the background there. So there will be flying mounts, which is kind of strange. Imagine if there's if you can actually ride these flying mounts, that a lot of people aren't going to probably want to sail around in ships, but we'll see how that all pans out. Pteranodons can be particularly trolly if they can pick up players. And we get a glimpse at one of the mermaids, which are probably going to attack you while you're at sea. Now, this is the shipbuilding, which is very interesting. You see here that not only do you have all of these cannons down at the bottom, but you're able to build a platform and attach even more cannons. Now, it looks like they may have put even cannons on top of this, and let's see what happens when they actually drop it down into the water. All of the custom sails and everything like that, really cool, especially for those artists out there. We see a glimpse of another couple creatures down at the bottom here, but there's nothing really. I think it was just a tiger, a giraffe, and there's another bird, a rare bird. Now, when ships actually sink, they will stay down there, and you can go down to these ships that have sunk during battle and loot them of any of the materials they may have. So we get a glimpse at a swordfish here and a dolphin. It's a little bit different than a regular dolphin, I think. I'm not exactly sure what to call that. I imagine both of these will probably be tameable. Now, this is crazy. This Kraken is massive. It almost looks like Rockwell. This thing is going to be intense. It's probably either going to be one of the bosses or one of the things that's going to push players out of a zone if too many people try and flood the same area. But look at that. It is amazing. Now, it looks like we'll probably be getting that little raft there down at the bottom, and creating these large galleons is probably going to take a very, very long time. But these large-scale battles look like they're going to be incredibly exciting, and not only exciting, but daunting, because the amount of time it's going to take to be able to create this type of stuff is going to be extensive if you're playing alone. Although if you're playing with a company, it might not be so bad. But still, losing a galleon like this is probably going to be very tragic. Now look at these dragons. That's going to be crazy when fighting in these large-scale battles. Now, one of the really interesting things is we get a glimpse at the map here. It is huge. and it's actually a globe. So if you're going from one end to the other, you'll be able to circle the entire globe, it looks like. Now, obviously, there will be tons of mod support, and in all honesty, mods are really what kept Ark Survival Evolved alive. If it weren't for the modding community, Ark probably wouldn't have done nearly as well as it has, and I highly anticipate the modding community really carrying this game in the future as well. So definitely expect private servers to be on my end, and I'm hoping that these will be the type of things that we'll be able to open up to the entire community, so that everyone can play on this massive MMO together, and we create some kind of custom MMO that is truly amazing. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. I know I am extremely disappointed that it's been delayed, but in all honesty, I was expecting this because this is Wildcard. Despite the change in name, it is the same leaders from Ark Survival Evolved, and we all know they can't schedule anything to save their lives. So definitely anticipate it either coming very late on Friday or being delayed once again. Definitely do not take time off of work if you're looking forward to playing this game on release, because chances are it's going to come out on the weekend and well after the time that they actually announce it to release. But thank you all so much for watching. I will continue to update you with any new information we receive, and I'll see you all in the next one.